YouTube puts it, but I'll post a card here and I'll make sure to timestamp it at exactly 30 seconds. Okay. So that way you'll have it. We discussed Shanquella Robin. There was a lot of developments with that today, but for the evening time, right? What they say, the meantime in between time, for the meantime in between time, we're going to be discussing these mukbangers who I absolutely loathe. Now, when I do fast, right? Which I don't do often, but when I do fast, I do lean to watch mukbangers a lot more because when you can't eat, you just need to just distract yourself with food. So visibly watching it, at least for me, it helps. So, but since I haven't fasted in a long time, I haven't watched a lot of these creators in a long time, and I used to watch them quite often. I used to watch them quite often, the ones that are inserted here on our graphics, our thumbnail for the show. And so, but it's gotten bad. Now, the other day I was perusing through the streets of TikTok and I had saw a video of a content creator here on YouTube and across social media by the name of Miss B Loves Life. She's a mukbang content creator. If you don't know what that is, it's just people who eat on camera for some sort of pleasure. So, so she makes content where she just eats these copious amounts of food, specifically seafood, and her own personalized seafood boil sauce, which is 90% butter, 10% MSG. So she does that, and then the other creators, Nicocado Avocado, Amberlynn Reid, Chantelle Marie, and Life by Jen, who happened to pass away, may her soul rest in peace, also had their own variations of eating on camera. It has gotten so gratuitous at this point. I wanted to talk about it because that is news. Miss B Loves Life looks like shit. And I'm going to be for real. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat nothing. I'm done sugarcoating stuff. She looks terrible. Now, I understand that she has, she does suffer from some illness, which I'm not familiar with, but she does suffer from some illness. So I'm not saying that that's not important. It is important. Her health is important. Okay. But what she eats is contributing to that. And that's for real. That's not body shaming. That's not fat shaming. That's real. I think we have distorted the notion of what fat shaming is. Fat shaming is to literally denigrate someone based off of their weight. But if you're critiquing someone based off of what they're eating, which is contributing to their high blood pressure, their obesity, all those other things, joint pain, then that's not fat shaming. That's just being a concerned viewer or citizen or friend if you're their friend. So this whole notion of we can't talk about it because it's fat shaming, I don't care. Okay? I don't care. We don't fat shame. I've already inserted that disclaimer. So I just want to keep it real with y'all. If you come in here saying, oh, that's fat shaming, I don't care. Okay, screen record it, send to your favorites. Okay, so, but I want to start with Miss B Loves Life because she has taken such a drastic downward spiral. It's almost for the playbooks in and of itself. I went to her YouTube because I just couldn't believe what I was literally witnessing. It was just, I could not believe what I'm witnessing. So I'm going to just show you a before and after of Miss B Loves Life, because she never looked like this. 1 second. This is some imagery of what she used to look like. There's no sound, but just watch, I suppose. She looks normal. That was in 2022. She looks normal and regular, and healthy, if you will. She looked great. She did. She looked great. She looked great. Here's some other images of her when she could still fit her wedding ring. She was tiny and thin and dainty. I think she's like 5'1" or something. She looked normal. She's wore those really long acrylics that I loved. Right? And then we fast forward to this. This is the state of her health currently. I mean, she looks awful. Let's be for real. We're not going to sugarcoat that. She looks awful. And we're going to get into more details of how she's changed so dramatically, as well as other content creators. Nicocado Avocado, Amberlynn Reid, the world's worst liar, Chantelle Marie, just a fat Canadian bully. That's not fat shit. She's just a fat Canadian bully. The Life by Jen, the one who passed away in September. And maybe if we can get to Hungry Fat Chick, we'll get to her. But before we do, let's see who's all up in the building. Let's see who's all up in it, because we talk about all of them. Okay. Hello, Courtney. Hello, Kat. Hello, Stephanie. Hello, Brenda. Hello, Leah. Hello, Sassy. Hello, Shannon. Hello, Lexi Glow says, hey, Chief and Nosy Fan. What's up? Hello, Sophie. Hello, Nicole. How you doing today? What's up, YMV? YMV, you changed your picture. Says, hey, Chief and Nosy Cousin. Smash the like button on your way in. Do not be ignorant. Okay. Hello, Jerica. Hello, Soothing Zen Sounds. Hello, Cami. Hello, Christopher. Let's scroll down to the bottom, see if Facebook showed up. What's her name? Her name is Miss B Loves Life. I'll put her name below in a minute. What's up, DJ Academics? Hello, 15 the Boss. What's up, Parrish? Hello, DL. Hello, Shaw. Hello, April. Hello, is it Yao Cheetah? I hope I'm saying your name right. Hello, Nikki. Hello, Nisha. How you doing today? Hello, Yinzi. Hello, Kadra. Hello, Naya. Hello, Renette. Hello, Jalen. Hello, One Lovely Scorpio. What's up, Tess? Hello, Minnesota Mandy says some food shouldn't be eaten with your hands. Mandy, I'll tell y'all right now about Minnesota Mandy. She gonna be nice, but she gonna be real nasty at the end. She gonna be nice, but she gonna be nasty at the very end, and we love that here, right? This is just straight. That whole comment was just straight slander, which we love, right? Because some shit you just don't need to eat with your hands. Like, come on, be for real. So yeah, hello, Miss Benita. Hello, Goddess. What's up, Socialite Simone? How you doing today? I haven't seen you here in a while. Who else do we have? We have Brittany and Duro's mom. What's up, Greer J? What's up, Lady T? What's up, Mama Bree? What's up, Suli? What's up, Lori Glover? Hello, Kwanda. Hello, Kimmy on the go. Hello, DL. Hello, April. How you doing today? Hello, Shugs Life. Hello, Half Crazy. Hello, B. Ashlyn. Hello, Dion. And if I missed you, I apologize. Mrs. Harper, I just saw you. Hello, how you doing today? And this is from Mrs. P. Mrs. P. Boutique says, howdy. How you doing today? Hello, E. Ortiz, a very old friend of the show. Hello, Courtney. Hello, Tidy Miami. What's up, Tisha? Tisha says, my thought eating seafood was healthy, but I guess not. When she decided to go natural and did her hair, I was like, now Miss B. So we're gonna start with Beloved's Life. We're gonna start with whatever this is. Okay. I don't even she's not even recognizable at this point. And it starts to make you think, is she choosing money over her health? Her hands look incredibly uncomfortable. Like, you know, when you work out or you go for a long walk, your hands do swell. That's just a natural, you know, that's just what your body naturally does. It pockets water, but her hands look like they hurt. So in order to reduce that, you have to reduce your sodium levels. Pre-cooked seafood, like those crab legs, those are pre-cooked. Okay. Granted, fresh king crab is also high in salt, but in sea salt, because it literally lives in the sea. You can't take sea salt out of any seafood. It's in their name. So when you eat shrimp, when you eat crab, when you eat scallops, it's all in the sea. They live there. They breathe in seawater. So you're always going to get sea, but what you're going to get is natural sea salt from the ocean that they are born in, right? But when it's pre-cooked seafood, like those king crab legs that you see, they're red, that's cooked. Normal crab legs are grayish blue. That's what a raw crab leg looks like. It looks grayish blue. So when your seafood is grayish blue or black, it means it's fresh. It still has high levels of sodium in it, but it's sea salt, so it's the sodium levels are not as high. But when it's pre-cooked, it's packed full of sodium to preserve its freshness. So imagine tripling up the amount of sea salt. So when you're looking at her hands, they're incredibly tight because they look like they hurt. In order to reduce that, you want to reduce your levels of sodium. Eating that pre-cooked seafood is not going to do it. Eating Taco Bell, not going to do it. Dipping everything in a butter sauce, not going to do it. So it's looking like she's choosing her health, her finances over her health. And I know that she had this wave, right? She had this wave where she was, and I read it in her comment section on one of her videos. And someone had laid it out perfectly. I wish I had screenshot it, but I'm going to tell it to you verbatim. So the person stated that I watched you from the beginning And when Tabitha Brown, apparently Tabitha Brown was a big cause of concern for Beloved's life. Now that's alleged and I don't know. So Tabitha Brown came onto the scene around 2020, 2021, and she was doing all kinds of stuff on YouTube and she was doing all this vegan cooking. And someone said that Beloved, this is alleged, but someone said that Beloved switched her food content to vegan food for health reasons. And then they said they noticed that, the person watching said, well, I always watched you. I could care less if you're eating seafood or a vegan dish. But they did notice that her streaming, her watch time had been reduced almost by half. Her audience had just left because that's not what they want to watch. They want to watch you eat seafood. So the person said in the comment section that they saw that she had her views had been reduced by half because she had switched to a vegan route, one, to compete with Tabitha Brown, and two, so that she could get her health back in order. The person in the comments stated that when they also noticed it, then they noticed that Beloved switched back to her regular seafood, fast food habits. And then that's kind of what we're witnessing now, the downfall of her health. Okay. With the jerry curls. I think she's got a jerry curl in her hair here in this image seen here. So this is after she just switched back to regular food. So Beloved, I guess, in an attempt to kind of corner the market on food because of Tabitha Brown and get her health back in order, switch to a vegan lifestyle. I think a lot of you can agree to that she was making content like that. And then she just immediately switched back to seafood, which is killing her. But I want to get to some of your comments. Brittany says, sister locks. That's right. This is from the Wendy T said, could mukbang and mental health be connected? It could be, right? Mukbangs, right? So let me give you a little tiny brief history of mukbangs. Mukbangs are an origin of Korea. And individuals who would live stream would just do what I do, just talk to you guys. And people in their comment sections have suggested, hey, can you just like cook up some dinner and eat? Because I'm eating dinner now. So there's a woman in Korea. She's like a really famous mukbanger. She's not here on YouTube. She's on in the Korean live stream network. She is the author of it. And there are a lot of people who attribute mukbangs to her. And she would sit down and she wouldn't do these large amounts of food. She would just like have like, some dumplings or some bao or, like just whatever she was eating. And she would eat and she would live stream and talk to her audience because they were also eating dinner. So she was building like a very cohesive relationship with her audience. She would just eat regular dinner and then it morphed from there. So that is the origin of where mukbangs come from. They come from Korea and they come from a very famous Korean live streamer who just would eat small portions of dinner with her audience. And then it morphed into whatever this grossness is now. So that's kind of where it's connected. Could it be connected to mental health issues? If you're watching a live streamer for hours and hours per day, not per week, right? Because I only stream an hour and a half maybe per week, but there are live streamers who stream 8 to 10 hours a day. If you are connected to a live streamer who's streaming hours and hours per day, that does have a connection to social anxiety and societal rejection, right? It's considered a parasocial relationship. You think that person is your actual real life friend and they're not. And you can see that with super fans. Remember we talked about super fans the other day with Barty Gang and the Barbs and the Beehive, the eccentric ones. They are considered super fans who are engaging in parasocial relationships, which 90% are pretty healthy. A parasocial relationship is when a person really likes their favorite celebrity, favorite actor, so they go see other movies and then they call it a day. That is parasocial. That's normal. Parasocial gets bad when you start to act out in the name of your favorite celebrity person. Attacking people online, doxing people, stalking people, things like that. That's toxic and nasty and crazy. So it does have connections to mental health disorders. Could mukbangs? I've never seen it. And I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I know obviously there is a correlation. There is definitely a correlation. Specifically, eating disorders. And you may not see that very clearly with Miss Beloved's life, right? Because when you look at her, even though her hands are quite swollen, she's still relatively small and in good shape, right? But she still has an eating disorder, right? She's eating a copious amount of food. And we don't know what she does after the fact. I'm not alleging that she throws it up, but I'm saying she's eating a lot of food. But with other mukbangers, right? So with individuals, and I think I have their images in my phone. So with individuals like Life by Jen, right? She's obviously super morbidly obese. She's dead. Just won't, so you guys know, she's dead. And she had a horrific relationship with food that killed her. The next person, obviously her, Nicocado Avocado, very clear. He has a horrible, distorted relationship with food. He makes you think that it's a joke, but he's actually addicted to food. Because he did not look like this when I watched him. When I started watching him, he would play his violin and eat spicy Takis, and he was like a size 2. Yeah, that's pre Nicocado. A lot of people don't know. Okay, the next person here happens to be Chantelle, that fat, mean Canadian. Her right here, she's just a horrible monster. But look at her; she's got a horrible addiction to food. And then the last, the queen of Amberlynn Reid. And if you don't know who Amberlynn Reid is, don't worry. She's next. We're going to talk about her next. I want to first just discuss Miss B Loves Life first. So, yes, she does have a distorted relationship with food, even though she's the smaller of the bunch. I'm trying to make it serious. But with Amberlynn Reid is a different story. If you know, you know. Okay? Show of hands. If you've been down the Amberverse, raise your hand if you've been down the Amberverse. If you have not, then you don't, I will explain to you why I laughed at her last image. Not because she's super morbidly obese, not because of that, because Amber's the most ridiculous person I'd ever seen on the internet. Okay, but show of hands if you've been down the Amberverse. If you have not been down the Amberverse, don't you worry, I'm gonna get y'all caught up to speed. Okay. Amberlynn Reid is something else. She's a whole different beast in and of herself. But let me get to some of your comments, because I know I missed a lot of your comments. And shout out to everybody in the building. Today we're discussing the dangers of mukbangs and all these gross, disgusting people on the internet eating themselves to literal death. Okay. Amber says, "Oh, that salt is not good." It is not. This from Angela. What's up, Angela? She said she always eats what she wants to eat, but the problem is she started back eating carbs. Her husband said she was much bigger than when they met. Yikes. What's up, Big Dreamer? How you doing today? Yikes. This is from Yoshida. Says, "I hope you see this comment. That girl that asked if you were trans, genuinely Nisha, came from the Be Love camp." How do you know that? Oh, you're just joking. Got you. This from Naya. Says, "Not a terrible one. They all are." I saw her eating fufu. She was eating fufu in one of her videos. This is from 15 to Ball. Says, "I noticed that some mukbangers stuff their mouths to where they can barely swallow. That can't be comfortable." It's not. It's not. It's not comfortable. It's absolutely not comfortable. It's not comfortable at all. April says, "Yeah, she's been on the Amberverse. So is Duro's mom." Yeah. This from Bossy Don Diva. Says, "Poor Amberlynn Reid. She actually started a channel for weight loss. Did she?" That fat hippie chick, you've seen her as well. So is Lexi Glow. Jalen says, "I think Nicocado is more addicted to attention he's getting from self-degrading rather than food itself." It could be a mixture of both, but I could totally believe that. This is from Alicia. Says, "Woo, I've been down to Amberverse. Amberlynn Reid, honey child. I can't even put my finger on how distorted this woman is." Now, there are tons of people who cover Amberlynn Reid. Charlie Gold covers Amberlynn Reid, and a few other content. I don't really know who else covers Amberlynn Reid, but there are a number of content creators who cover Amberlynn Reid, and they will take you down the Amberverse. They will take you down the Amberverse. It's a hot, scary mess. But Amberlynn Reid, honey child, and I'll just give you a quick backstory. Amberlynn Reid was born into she was raised in foster care. Her parents were hard drug addicts. She's a lesbian, and she's had 4 or 5 different spouses who have followed her on her weight loss journey. And I'm saying weight loss, and I'm using this term incredibly loosely because I don't think the only weight Amberlynn Reid ever loses is what she pisses out at the end of the evening. So her weight loss journey. But what Amberlynn Reid does is she denigrates and bastardizes her partners. to the point of self-deprecation. She does. And she knows she does. She uses and wields her money to bring in her suitors. And then she completely just dog walks them in their entire relationship, including, just full throttle embarrassing them, and then having them do everything that they are supposed to do to them. Her last partner, I forget what her name is. And I think they have they them pronouns, but I forget what her last partner was, but they were just, I mean, they followed her through her cancer journey, and Amber still eats like she doesn't care about her life, because she doesn't. Amberlynn Reid also has this affinity to be doctor shopping until she finds the doctor to tell her the right things that she wants to hear. She buys and spends all kinds of a copious amount of money on garbage and junk and tinctures and clothes and chokers, but she won't invest that money in having a primary care physician, or even just a gym membership where she can just go walk every day. So Amber's one of the most ruthless ones. She is. She's the top. She's the kingpin of the fat bitches on the internet. She is. She's the top dog. And they all strive to be her because she's really at the top of her game. How she's not dead is beyond me. And how people still want her. Her current partner, who she met through Instagram, is obviously using her. Her partner is a Black female, about $110, who moved in with Amberlynn Reid 2 weeks after they met on Instagram, has never shown their face across the internet, I don't think, and is seamlessly using Amberlynn Reid for her money. It's the grossest thing I've ever seen. And Amberlynn still, to this day, has never gotten her physical checkup after she was diagnosed with stage 4 uterine cancer, which I believe she had her uterus removed, and never went and checked in on it. So Amberlynn Reid is another, it's just her picture. It's just this picture here. It's just this picture here. Now, we do have some videos that I want to watch in regards to, we'll start from the back. We'll start with Amberlynn Reid. Because, well, child, it's just a mess. Now, I got some videos saved here on my phone, and it's just compilation videos people have put together. This one being my favorite. So turn the volume up. I'm gonna hit start, okay? And we're not playing it twice, so don't ask. I'm just kidding. If we have to play it again, if you missed it, don't worry. We'll replay it from the top, okay?
Amberlynn Reid lies, or should I say lie? Our girl is notorious for lying. If you didn't know, there's already several YouTube compilations of her lying for like 10 minutes straight, videos of her explaining her lies. Anyway, let's get into it. One of my personal favorite lies is her saying that she won dance competitions and even choreographed dances for people. This was a lie she told very early on in her channel. This is when she was still with Crystal, and I think she was a lot more bold with her lies here since we didn't know her that well. And yes, our girl Amberlynn does very occasionally dance, but she is a very mediocre dancer at the best. So I very much doubt that she won any dance competitions, let alone had people want to choreograph dances for her. Lie number 2, that she had a 3.9 GPA. This is one of those lies that she has contradicted herself on a few times. In one video, she says that she did horrible in school because of everything going on in her life and being in the foster care system, that she was not at school very much, she missed a ton of school, and that she struggled in classes. She even said at one point that she didn't complete school and had to get her GED. And now recently, she's been saying, oh no, I graduated with a 3.9 GPA. It's like, oh, my family and my foster parents saw me walk across the stage, and what my teacher bought me my cap and gown, and she was the only reason I could graduate. So which is it? Did you struggle really hard in school and had to drop out and get your GED, or did you graduate with 3.9 and was able to walk across the stage and graduate on time? Now, for several reasons, I don't think our girl got a 3.9 GPA. I think it's much more believable that she struggled greatly in school due to her circumstances. Did she drop out and have to get her GED, or did she graduate? Who knows? My last lie I'm going to talk about is FBI Frank. So she tells the whole story in this video that you can find. But basically, she said that she saw a comment that was like so scary that multiple people reported it when they saw it and reported it to the FBI supposedly. And supposedly, the FBI guy, who she calls Frank, showed up at Becky's sister's house looking for Amber, and was like, we need to talk to her about something. And so Becky's sister messages Amber, supposedly, hey, the FBI wants to talk to you. Here's their phone number. So then she calls the phone number because she's worried she's in trouble because she doesn't know it's about this comment. And basically FBI Frank picks up and was like, you're not in trouble. We're trying to look for this bad.
It's loading. That's weird. It just stopped. Hold on. That's strange. It just quit.
There we go. I'm going to talk about my favorite Amberlynn Reid comment. And basically FBI Frank picks up and was like, you're not in trouble. We're trying to look for this bad guy that left you this comment. By the way, congratulations on your following. That's really cool. But yeah, that is just too ridiculous. It's too ridiculous.
It is.
There we go.
Here's another video of Amberlynn Reid, which I would... Siri, get off of my computer. Which I would also like to watch.
It does fit, but it might look good with a cardigan. So let me go try that. Okay, so here we go. I love it now, actually. Not gonna lie. This on, earrings, choker. I actually am obsessed with it, to be honest. There we go. It does fit, but it might look good with a cardigan.
Ridiculous. So, Amberlynn Reid, that is the full rundown. That's the fastest rundown I've ever given on a person, specifically Amberlynn Reid. She's just a known liar. And she's just a crazy person. Now, to pivot a little, I want to talk about Life by Jen. Life by Jen, who had a very tragic ending. She died in September of last year. She was a YouTuber as well. This is her page. I encourage you to watch her videos if you, just for whatever reason, just watch them. And she Lord, she was super morbidly obese. So we're gonna just watch a snippet of this. She in this video, she was in the hospital for 6 months. 6 months. Because of her obesity. She couldn't walk. It's crazy. There was just no reason for her to be dead. And I liked Life by Jen. You know, I was rooting for her, but like, sorry, I'm waiting for the ads to play. Just crazy. Let's just get to some of the video.
And then I went to the comments. Usually I don't read comments. We all know about YouTube comments. We know about the vileness that is the YouTube comments. There are quite a lot of supportive people, and I appreciate you so much. I see your comments, and I appreciate them. I know there are a lot of people who don't comment, who still watch my videos, and they don't comment because they don't want to be involved in the hate and the drama. I see you too. I understand. I've gotten quite a few emails from people that said that's the case, but they're still supportive of me, and I appreciate you too.
Here's my thing. She's talking about hate comments in her comment section. Now she's dead, so we're going to say this. Here's my thing. Who gives a fuck about your YouTube comment section when you are literally laying in a hospital bed, unable to walk? And referencing a hate train. Maybe had Jen not labeled people who were concerned for her health as a hate train, maybe she would have taken those critiques and saved her own life. Seriously. And this is just a serious conversation about health and wellness. There are too many people, specifically Amberlynn Reid and Chantelle Marie, who we're going to get to because she's the grossest of all of them. We're going to get to Chantelle Marie as well. And Nicocado Avocado and Hungry Fat Chick. They have this axe to grind for focusing on people who tell them, go to the gym, stop eating like this, stop denigrating yourself on the public. They have this weight on their shoulders that they only can focus on the negative. And instead of looking at the comments, they're like, hey, I'm concerned for your health. Hey, I'm this. Hey, have you ever considered this alternative? Instead of eating this, maybe switch it for that. You could still have the same meal, but it'd be low in calories or carbs. They focus so much on, you guys just hate me and I'm doing my best. You're not doing your best. It is what these people are engaging in. I'm talking about the super morbidly obese ones. Okay, because we're going to get to the skinny ones who do it, because I'm pretty sure they're throwing it up after. But the super morbidly obese ones, it is a literal Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey freak show. Except they don't have to give the admission sales to the owner. They get to pocket it themselves. And let me explain to you what that means. So in the early 20th century, we had shows like Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey that had freak shows. It was amputees and women with beards and things like that. And they worked for the circus and they would get a cut. The circus would obviously pay them and feed them and house them. But the circus really took a big chunk of the money. Now in 2023, the circus tent is gone, but the freaks still remain. So what are the freaks to do? Start their own show. So what you're watching is a freak show with no circus tent. And some may argue, hey, it's their life. They can, if they want to show their gross, eating habits and eating disorders and the distortion of their body, they are in control of that. They are autonomous beings. They have the right to showcase that, and they should be able to make money on it. And I say, okay, but to what extent that people like me have to jump in this conversation and make videos about them? I don't want to, but I want you to know that this is a freak show. And the freaks are leading the charge. And there's nothing wrong with that, okay? There's nothing wrong with you saying, hey, it's like a hooker without a pimp. Hey, I don't want to give you my money at the end of the night. I might want to keep it. So I'm going to go, I'll hook myself. And that's fine. Because sexual liberation, do what you want to do. If you want to sell your body, do it. Just be safe, okay? This is the same thing. These are hookers without pimps, okay? But it's the distorted version of it. It's distorted. Okay. It's become bad when your body can't even manage itself. Right? When you're eating these large piles of food and it's just killing you slowly every day. So let me get to your comments, but we're going to finish up with Jen. Because I got a bone to pick with her, even though she's dead. May her soul rest in peace. We got a bone to pick with her. So Irati says, I was in hospital for 5 months due to my diabetes. My blood sugar was 450. Normal is 90 to 130. I lost 70 pounds and my blood sugar is being managed. And that is fantastic. So I'm very proud of you for getting that under control. But it happens, right? You notice something, you seek help, and you're correcting it. That's good. Not with what these people are doing, okay? Not what they're doing. Cholesterol on 1,000 on something. This from Christopher says, have you seen the Asian lady who eats whipped cream food? No, I have not. Mandersley says, or they get a tapeworm. Exactly. Exactly. Mandersley says the skinny ones are definitely throwing it. They're definitely throwing it up. I eating that. You can't be skinny and eat that. This from Boss Don Diva says, honestly, it's the negative view that are putting money in their pocket. It is. And they know that. That's why they continue to do it. Do you think, and this is not directed towards you, Bossy, but it's directed toward everyone. Do you think that freaks who joined the circus joined it because they were waiting for the stellar reviews? No, they knew that they were going to go because people were going to be like, oh, look, that's gross. Ew. They knew that. But they knew it was a commodity and they could sell it, right? That's why this is a freak show. It is. That's why this is a freak show. they're not here for the positive reviews. If they get some, that's great. But they don't focus on those. That's why you never see them make videos about their actual supporters who support them. They only make content on the negative stuff because they're the freaks. And they have, right, the key, right? They're the freak. You know how to say, oh, the monkey's got the keys. They're the monkeys with the keys, okay? It is. It's a modern day freak show. This from Miss Benita. What's up, Miss Benita? Says, have you seen Eugenia? She's extremely opposite. Both are sad. I was just thinking about her, and I was just going to say that. Absolutely. Eugenia Cooney. Same exact way. You know, I hate to be mean, but she'll be dead. She'll be dead. She won't live long like that. Your body cannot sustain that way. And Eugenia makes millions of dollars a year. Her family benefits from her. None of Eugenia's family works, you guys. So she's a freak show, but she's in a tent. Does that make sense? She's a freak show, but she's in a tent. She could step out of the tent, but she must definitely return to the tent at night. It's definitely giving freak show. This from Nisha says, I understand how they just get / want to be that big. They don't. But again, when it's a freak show, when you know that's what is paying the bills, you're going to ride it out. Why change when it pays so good? What's the point of changing? For what? Even though logically you should, because it's directly connected to your health. But that's where the psychological disorder kicks in. That's how a psychological disorder kicks in. Ms. Durrell says, beloved was the same. Exactly. Callie says, sometimes they don't give you tips. They just call you named. Can you explain what that means? Priorities all jacked up. This is from Big Dreamer says, wait, what? Oh, I'm sorry. You're not talking to me. Let me get to one more comment, then we're going to get back into her video. This from Big Dreamer says, then the food becomes an addiction and they end up in the same, and they end up the same as they are. I think that's what you mean. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. This from Yochita says, most were not big at all when they started. They weren't. Amberlynn Reid was big, but she wasn't like that. She was not like that. Amberlynn Reid never looked like that. She used to be able to walk and work. It's insane.
So when I went to read the comments, there are quite a few comments of people thinking that I made the first video thinking that I was entitled to free care, that I was entitled to the best, like, fancy hotel food or like satin sheets or whatever they thought that I thought I was entitled to. That wasn't the purpose of me conveying this story at all. The fact when I said I felt that I was slipped through the cracks and overlooked in this system and in this situation, it had nothing to do with being entitled. It's just the way it goes. I think that
she's talking about her stay at the hospital. She's talking about her stay at the hospital. Look, she's dead. And I hate to say that. And I hate to be hard and blunt about it, but she is. Jennifer Ann Gwynn, or Life by Jen, she did pass away in September because of her super morbid obesity. Child. Let's get to Chantelle Marie. Let's get to her. Let's get to her, because honey, she's something else. She is something else, honey. And I got some videos saved, so hold on. She's gross. Okay, here's a video.
Look at my fingers. Especially wild ones. They're expensive. Like a weird dry thing. Look at my fingers. They're fucking fat again. I thought I was skinny for a while. It's like a weird dry thing. Look at my fingers.
She's just a
Especially wild ones.
strange one. Here's another video.
They have so many antioxidants and vitamins. This is so good. You know what's funny? In the restaurant, they were playing music. They didn't get my food. Ooh, they're spicy. It smells good. Mushroom. I'm gonna try to hold it. So, basically, hey guys, welcome back to another pig out. You guys ever look through all the slices to see which ones you want the most?
No.
It's crazy.
The song playing on the video game. The soundtrack for the photo game is so long. Hello.
It's gross. This woman's gross. I don't like her. So let me give you a rundown of her backstory. This disgusting monster. So she's in Canada and she had a boyfriend named BB. I don't know what his name is. And they broke up and she moved in with her friend. Her friend happened to be her ex-boyfriend at the same time too. Goes by the name of Peaks. So she's just this same as Amberlynn Reid, these peaks and valleys of dieting, not dieting, dieting, not dieting, being really nasty and vitriolic to their audience. And then she dates some Egyptian guy, I forget what his name is, Nadir, whatever. And so she ends up dating him, and then they end up breaking up, and then she ends up becoming a Muslim. But her cycle is same as Amberlynn Reid. She has to get hysterectomy because of her super morbid obesity caused her to have uterine cancer. So she has to get her uterus removed. And then she just does this endless cycle of binge eating and being gross and disgusting on the internet. Because again, it's a freak show and everybody gets a ticket. Okay. So the reason why I don't like her the most is because she is incredibly racist. Being that she only dates black men, which I find crazy. And she's just a general degenerate. She is. She's a general degenerate. She treats her parents and her grandparents like garbage. You understand what I mean? She treats her audience like garbage. Same as Amberlynn Reid. These freak shows need to stop. Okay, let me get to some of your comments, and then we're gonna have to switch over to Nicocado Avocado because I could literally drag these people all day. They don't know me. I'm on this side of the internet, so they'll probably never see this video, and for good reason. This is from Yochita says it's the money they make. A lot of people cheer them on. They receive elaborate gifts, cash, Zelle, Venmo. They go GoFundMe's, Amazon wishlist, etc. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Because it's a freak show and you get to pay the freak to do cartwheels. This is from Deandra. What's up, Deandra? Says, I'm joining late, but have you seen the Fun Tea Times videos on body positivity? That community is crazy. No, I haven't, but why does that sound familiar? Fun Tea Times. Oh, yeah, and this does bring us back to the body positivity movement. It does bring us back to the body positivity movement. You're right. The body positivity movement is so crazy. It is so toxic. And let me explain to you what the body positivity movement, and thank you for bringing that up, Deidre. Let me explain to you what the body positivity movement was supposed to be. The body positivity movement was supposed to be loving your body as it is, and, because a lot of people forget the and taking care of it. That means if you are postpartum after having a baby and loving your new body, or if you're plus size, or if you're just really skinny and you just wish you had breast or a butt or thighs or things of that nature. It was just loving your skin, your freckles, your wrinkles, your stretch marks, everything. For the ones who were super morbidly obese, what the body positivity movement was supposed to be for them was to love your body as it is and improve it, but not being forced by society to change your body, but loving your body as is and changing it for the better. That is what the body positivity movement was supposed to be. So taking your control back from what society tells you should be doing with your body, saying, hey, this is my body and I love it. And I may not end up a size 2, but I'm going to take care of myself and I'm going to take care of my health for me, not society. That is what the body positivity movement was. And then a bunch of super morbidly obese freak shows took hold of it. And now if you even tell them, hey, you were breathing heavy last night when we were sleeping. Have you ever considered you have sleep apnea? You're fat phobic. You're fat shaming me. It's like, no, dude, I just don't know if you can breathe. Going for a walk with your friends and they stop every 5 seconds. You're like, hey, dude, you should really think about your health and your wellness. You're fat phobic. You can't walk and we have another mile to get. So me telling you, look out for yourself is not fat phobic. They internalized it and made it to be that if you critique them, then you are anti-fat and you're fat phobic. And that's not what the body positivity movement was. The body positivity movement was to love yourself and change yourself for the betterment of yourself, not for the betterment of beauty standards and society. That is what the body positivity movement is. And they completely destroyed it. They completely destroyed it. That's why people are jumping off this body positivity movement. That's why people are jumping off the movement. That is why people are jumping off the movement. Because the women who do end up losing the weight and taking care of their health, the women who are still super morbidly obese, they will shame them and tell them, you're just doing what society wants you to do. And that person's like, I'm just trying to get healthy. And then they start to shame them for taking care of their health. But that is what the body positivity movement was supposed to do. And they got it all wrong. So now you're starting to see more and more videos come out of people jumping off the bandwagon because they were like, this is not what I signed up for. I didn't sign up for all these clubs and stuff just to be fat and unhealthy. I joined the body positivity movement so I can take control back and loving myself. And then taking care of myself for me, not to meet a man, not to get a job, not to fit into the size 2 dress. I changed my body for me and my health and my mental health and my well-being because I love my body. I didn't do it so I could find a man. That's where they got all of it wrong. That's exactly, and I'm glad you brought that up. That's exactly where they got the body positivity movement messed up. This from Big Dreamer says, then the food becomes an addiction. Oh, and I just read that. I'm sorry about that. This is from 15. The boss says, everyone wants to be healthy. I don't get it. Everyone should want to be healthy. I don't get it. They do. Morbid obesity is a mental health disorder, you guys. That's what I think a lot of people forget because you can see it. Most mental health disorders you can't actually see. Morbid obesity, super morbid obesity, you can physically see. Even though it begins in the head, you can physically see the effects of it. So in their head, right, when you have this toxic internet, these people letting you capitalize on your freak show, and then the body positivity movement, you have these people with distorted and disjointed thinking taking hold of all of that terrible thinking, and it's really distorting their mental health. That's why when you watch those weight loss shows, what's the first thing the doctor makes them do once they lose a good amount of weight? He makes them go to psychotherapy. He makes them go to psychotherapy. He makes them go to psychotherapy so they can figure out why they are overeating. Because overeating is not normal. To overeat is not normal. So if you're overeating, it must be something abnormal. And in order to correct that, you have to go to a psychotherapist. So that's why everyone should want to be healthy, but super morbid obesity or just having an eating disorder like Miss Beloved does, because she's not obese, but she does have an eating disorder. It requires psychotherapy. She knows it, and most of them do know it. Most of them do know that they have to be in therapy, but it's also how they pay their rent. It's also how they pay their rent. So they don't want to disrupt the rent. And YouTube made it really easy and really hard, because when your content is geared toward you eating disgusting food all day, and you creating that content pays your bills, you got to decide, right? Is it important for me to pay my bills, or is my mental health and my health important? Right? Yeah. So they're those people who have to eat for money. They stuck between a rock and a hard place. They stuck, and I don't envy them. I know they're making bread, but they'll be dead in less than a year. You know, they'll be dead in less than a year. Or Jesus, I blame my parents. Most people do. This from Joanna says, Dr. Now was my doctor for weight loss surgery. Was he? Is he nice? Or is he like strict? Because I know he's like from Kosovo. Is he like super strict? This from Jazzy Old Lady says, definitely a mental health issue. It's to cover up emotions. Yeah. And sometimes not just cover up emotions, sometimes to just not even think about emotions. Or when you have an outpouring of emotions, this is how you cope with them. You know, you use food it's soothing, right? It could be a number of things. I'm not a clinical psychologist, right? But it could be a number of different things. This from Dan Girl says, does B-Love have a disorder, or is she addicted to the money? A little bit of both, in my personal opinion, without factual data, in my personal opinion. Yeah. This is from Yao Cheetah, says, yes, a lot of abused people gain weight as a control mechanism during treatment. They start their weight loss journey naturally. The mindset changes. Absolutely. This from Patrick O'Neill says, so it's throwing up after every meal or not? Sometimes it depends on the person. This is from the Wendy T says, it's so dangerous and alarming. There's nothing in YouTube terms and conditions that a subject can fall under to be prohibited. Nope. Nope. Yeah. Drinking butter. Drinking butter for views. This from Carla Summer says, Beloved got a whole husband. She is doing it for the coins and for the love of eating. Yeah, you could be right. You could be right. I mean, you guys all could be right. No one has said anything that's incorrect, right? We haven't even gotten to Nicocado, the worst of all villains. Nicocado, again, one of the worst. His story starts off, because I've watched all of these. That's why I know all their backstory. So Nicocado's backstory. He started off, he's adopted from Ukraine, so he doesn't know his birth parents. His parents adopted him, and he met his husband, and he would travel from the United States to, I want to say, some part of Latin America, Honduras, maybe Venezuela or something like that, where he met his husband, his current husband now. And they started a food eating journey. Nicocado is very smart and incredibly talented violinist, and that's how he really started his journey on YouTube, eating food, but not like crazy amounts. He was modest about it, and then it got really, really bad to where he is now, where him and his husband make this really gross food porn that nobody wants to see, but everyone wants to see, right? And some people say he's addicted to the attention. Some people say he's addicted to the food. Some people say he's addicted to the money. It could be a combination of all three of them. He does definitely make fun of other fat YouTubers like Amberlynn Reid and Chantelle even though they all don't really know each other, because the YouTube community is really sparsed out. No one really like talks or collaborates with each other since the YouTube Con, what is it called? The VidCon days. So no one really actually hangs out with each other anymore. But he definitely goes hard and goes in after Amberlynn Reid often without saying her name, which is just strange to me. So he also has a distorted thinking about food. People say he does it for attention. No, he likes food. Okay. It's that simple. He likes food. And that's his business, right? And that's the business of his husband. But it's gross. And it's killing people. It's a waste of food. You know? But here's the thing that people that they don't quite understand. YouTube will get rid of content like that very fast. They will get rid of content like that incredibly fast. So them at these high peak moments will eventually fall. These high peak moments that they have will eventually fall. It will not. It's not sustainable. It's not. It's not sustainable. Amberlynn Reid, possibly because she doesn't always eat in all her videos. You know, she doesn't. She actually doesn't. She doesn't eat in every single video. But, and she does have a vlog style of content where she like goes and does things, even though no one ever sees her leave the house. But she does have, her content is sustainable. She can eat here or there. Amberlynn Reid never eats these large, gross amounts of food. She does eat on camera, but it's not anything gratuitous. She's just obese, right? So her content is lasting. She could do that. But for the rest of them, that stuff's not sustainable. It's going to kill them. It killed Jen, and I don't understand why they don't look at her as a testament to slow down. It's crazy. Let me get to some of your comments. This is from Queen Shell. What's up, Queen Shell? Says exactly. I've lost weight, but I love my entire body where I am. Absolutely. This from Big Dreamer says they don't get the views they used to get. Let's actually look. Let's look. Let's go to Miss Beloved Life's first. Okay. So let's go to her videos. Let's go back. Let's go back a little bit. Let's go back maybe 2 years. Okay. Ooh. Ooh, she was eating. So her videos were on average, we're averaging anywhere between, let me see if I can get it to focus. 350, 700 million views. She was, look at these numbers. These are insane. Whew. This was just 2 short years ago. And she was only uploading 14 to 30-minute videos. Let's go to where she's at now. Ooh, her views got cut by 1/3. So her views currently are sitting at just under 100,000, 150,000 views. Yeah. So her views got cut literally in half. Her views were cut in half. Sheesh. Let's try Nicocado. Okay. Let's go to his I guess this is his most recent account. Now he has views. His views range anywhere from between 3 and 6 million views per video. These were a year ago, so I don't know if he still has access to this account. Let's try another account. This one here. Okay, this is the one he uses the most. Okay. This account here, and let me see if I can get it to focus. He can barely cover 1 million views. Okay, so he's got 1 million here, 2 million, 2 million. But he doesn't upload often. So in his most recent videos, his most recent video 3 days ago, 78,000, 8 days ago, 151,000. So, hmm. Let's check Amberlynn. Let's check Amberlynn Reid. Amberlynn's video views are the same. They average anywhere between 60 and 75,000 views. So this is average for Amberlynn. Yeah, that's pretty on par for what she already normally does. But if we go back a ways further, let's see if her views have been cut in half. Let's see, a year ago. Let's try 2 years ago. I usually try to do for 2 years. Okay. Yeah, you see, I used to watch her. You see? Because I haven't watched her in a while. Yeah, her views are cut in half. She used to get twice that many views on her videos. Yeah, 300,000, 128,000, 142,000, 190,000. Yeah, her views were cut literally in half. So yeah, you're right. You're right, Big Dreamer. They don't get the views they used to. Mm. Yeah, that's crazy. Well, you know what they say. Shit, this one jazzy old lady says Beloved was going through it. Didn't her sister get killed? Ooh, I didn't know that. I don't keep up with her. May her soul rest in peace. This from Angela says, oh, wow, I didn't know that happened to her sister. I didn't either. This from Carla Summer says, if you ketoing and the king crab and butter are supposed to be good for that diet. I guess so, but I guess not in excess, right? Not big piles of it. But yeah, you're right. These viewers, you said, why are their views down? Because people are not watching that garbage. There's plenty of people who are doing what they're doing, and they don't have to look at them in pity, like, oh God, this person's dying. You know what I mean? They can watch people eat food and not feel bad or feel guilty, like, oh, am I watching someone kill themselves? And there's the market and what they do is so overly saturated, like they're not really offering their audience anything new. It's just you eating bowls of butter. Give them something new. You know, give them something new. They're not giving you nothing new. I can watch anybody eat a bowl of butter, you know? Right. You got to grow your audience. You do. You got to talk about stuff all the time. You got to give hard hitting, whatever your content is, you know, that's your business, but you got to give it, you know, you do. You have to give it. That's why we're news. So we own the TV network because you have to grow your audience. You cannot just keep catering to the same 8 fucking people. Because at some point it's like, then what are you doing? You know, what are you doing? You're just catering to the same 8 people. You have got to give people something else. That's why we cover the news, because the news is ever changing. And even though myself is the staple, the news isn't the same, right? The news isn't the same. We're always going to have rotating news all the time, you know, all the time. This from Yao Cheetah says, because of pandemic and their supporters, they offended too many. You think they offended a lot of their supporters? You're probably right, but I mean, I want to hear your assessment. It's from Bossy Don Diva says, I use Beloved sauce all the time. 1 pack lasts 4 to 5 meals. I once used 1 stick of butter and a fraction of the ingredients, and it's still delicious. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I've made her. I can make her sauce from scratch because she has the recipe on her YouTube channel. It's good, but you can't eat it like that. You cannot eat it every day. You cannot eat that sauce every day. Me and my family used to have seafood boils during the holidays because it was easier than turkey. But then my sister, her stomach could not take like all the butter. So we stopped doing it about 3 or 4 years ago. So we just don't eat it anymore. But yeah, you're right. But you can't eat that shit every day. It'll kill you. Right? Always hot topics. It's whatever I find on the internet that I think you guys would be interested in, you know? It's whatever I find on the internet that I think you guys would be in. This topic, obviously you guys are interested in it. There's a lot of new faces in here, but people are interested in it because we all watch them, you know? We've all been down those rabbit holes. So we've all watched them. I would love to do a series where I just critique YouTubers. Oh God, that would be so much fun. That would be so much fun. It'd be so much fun. But fuck around and get beat up on the internet streets. But y'all know I don't care. Most people don't bother me. But you got to have hot topics. And Amberlynn Reid, she could stretch it, you know. But the rest of them, they're done. Nicocado, done. Beloved, done. They're all done. They can't. That content is not sustainable. That content is not sustainable. You know what I mean? It's not, it is not. I would love to just sit there and review all their garbage all the time, but I can't review that. That stuff it's driving me mad. Drive me mad. That's from Dame Girl says, I made the one from scratch each year at Christmas. Yeah, it's a good Christmas snack. I ain't gonna lie to you. Having a seafood boil during Christmas and Thanksgiving is so easy. This from L Dub. What's up? Says, I can't believe people are still in crab boil chokeholds. I can't either. I mean, like what Dame Girl said, right? L Dub, having it for Christmas is fine. But I cannot continue to watch people eat seafood every day. Save some seafood for the sea. You can't eat that every day. I'll kill you. So Angela says, I agree. Too much butter will clog them arteries. That's right. Jazzy Old Lady says, I can't eat all that seafood like I used to anyway. The book Eat for Your Blood Type made me realize why certain don't sit well with me. Yeah. You got to know your body. I know my body very well. You know what my body doesn't like, which I hate? It hates bread. It hates bread, it hates rice, and it hates pasta. Those are things I don't eat. Because when I eat them, they make me constipated. As delicious as they are, I physically can't eat. My body cannot process pasta, rice, bread. No bread. Like none. Like not a Little Debbie snack cake, not a burger that has a bun, nothing. It just will not as soon as I eat it, my body swells up, not like an allergic reaction, but just like the sodium intake, and then I'm constipated for a week. I cannot eat bread. So I just don't eat it. There's none in my house. So there's just certain things your body can't rock with. My body cannot rock with bread. I know it was a lot of TMI, but my body can't. Okay, it just cannot. My body cannot. I will eat everything in lieu of bread and rice. When I go to Chipotle, you know what I get instead of rice? Just beans and meat. Beans, meat, and sauce and sour cream. That's it. Yeah, I'm gassy, but my body likes beans. You know what I mean? And I'll get tortilla chips. I can eat those. That's corn, But child, it's just, this is certain thing. You should know that. Instead of just gorging yourself like these people do, just eating all kinds of random stuff and never learning their body. This from Rich B says, my body hates wheat. Yeah, I love burgers. I love pizza. Okay. I love spaghetti. But I have to always eat the alternative. I have to eat like cauliflower crust, I have to eat like spinach or for spaghetti, I'll have to eat like spaghetti squash, I can't even eat gluten-free because it's got rice as this byproduct. So yeah, I feel you on that. Gluten sensitivity, not really. I used to have a gluten sensitivity, but it's just bad. It's just bad. It's just terrible. He's like, I can't eat red meat. I can't either. I will eat small amounts of red meat, but not a lot. You said May should be your YouTube review month. Just review a bunch of YouTubers. That'd be fantastic. I'd start with Amberlynn Reid, right at the tippity top. This from 15 the Ball says, I can do rice, brown rice at best. Right. So, y'all, it's just, I don't know what's in the, I don't be knowing what's in the fucking milk. You know? Like something in the milk ain't right, because I used to love bread. And then one day I had a bagel and I was never the same since. Okay. One day I had a bagel and I was never the same since. What is this? Yeah, they're delicious. But you guys, that is all that I have for you today. I want to make sure we got to everyone. We got to Be Love. Godspeed with her. We got to Chantelle, who I just don't like because she's a racist. We got to Amberlynn Reid. Am I missing someone? We got to Nicocado. We got to Life by Jen. I think we did. We did Life by Jen. We did her. Her story is just so tragic. It is. Her story is so incredibly tragic. She didn't have to die. She didn't. She did not have a Life by Jen should not be dead. But she focused too much of her energy on hate comments, whatever that means. People telling her to slow down and not focusing on her weight. That is her problem. About Hungry Fat Chick. Oh, who's the racist? Chantelle Marie. She goes by Foodie Beauty. She's had a lot of stints of making racist comments toward another reaction content creator by the name of Charlie Gold. You should really look that up. They're really good videos. They're from about 2 or 3 years ago, but they're really good. They're pre-pandemic videos. Dee said, did we get to her? Did we? Hold on one second. Hold on one second, y'all. I'm trying to cross my legs under my table. Hold on. Let me get to her. Is she alive? She's still alive. My God. I mean, I'm just shocked. I thought she was dead. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you don't know who Hungry Fat Chick is, I'm about to show you a snippet of her video. Hold on, let me turn my Wi-Fi on. I'm shocked. I mean, honestly, I thought she was dead. Sheesh. I mean, I don't know how she's still alive. I mean, I'm just being really honest with you guys. I don't know. It's crazy. I wonder, and I'm curious if Hungry Fat Chick lives alone. Like, does anyone, there's no one to hold her accountable. And I think her mother's dead. In her very first video she ever posted on YouTube, I think she talks about the struggle she had with a relationship with her mother. And I think her mother's dead. I don't know why my hair looks like a mushroom. I'm trying to like stretch it out. Yeah. Wow. She's just it's just hard to look at that. Why are you shocked? I'm just shocked. The Canadian chick. Yeah, the Canadian one. Her name is Foodie Beauty, and she goes by the name of Chantelle Marie. Another great live. Thank you, Bossy Doniva. This one, Jassy says, I'm shocked she's still around. Me too. I'm very shocked. This is from 15. The boss says, I saw she was in the hospital on one of her YouTube shorts. Was she? Excuse me.
So I'm feeling a lot better today. On the mend. If all goes well, I'll be going home tomorrow finally. Yeah, I had a couple of really bad days there. And I just captured my meltdowns. Or at least part of them. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what was going on other than was just tired and miserable and sore, and but I'm starting to feel a little bit better. I'm actually taking the pain medicine I'm supposed to take as often as I'm supposed to take it. I was letting myself get too sore, and this bariatric bed that I'm in is really high. It's like really high off the ground, and I'm really short, and I have to go pee like every 2 hours. So up and down, up and down, up and down. And it's actually, because it's inflated, it's actually really difficult for me to get back into bed. So what it is, I have to like get on the edge, and sometimes one person can do it, but sometimes it takes two people. Just depends on the person, I guess. But just help me swing my legs into bed, and I'm heavy, and I'm like, why did they give me this bed? I don't understand. I was fine in the other bed. They gave me this one because they said it would be more comfortable. It hasn't been more comfortable. They said it would be easier for me to roll on my side like I need to do. Same difference as far as the rolling goes, but it's been a pain because of the height. It makes it really difficult for me to get out of bed because it's high up, and I gotta kind of slide off, and it scares them to death because they're afraid I'm gonna fall. But I'm actually more agile than you think. So, and then I just book it to the bathroom. But it's getting back in the bed that's the difficult part, and it makes it difficult not only on me, but obviously on the person that's helping me. So I don't know. We kind of figured out yesterday that if you unplug it or turn it off, it will deflate. And if it's fully deflated, I can get my legs in all by myself, no problem. Because my butt's lower and I'm able to like swing up. But anyway, so tomorrow I may be going home. I'm really looking forward to that. It's about time. It'll be a week tomorrow that I've been in here. So anyway, that's that. I'm gonna say bye now. This is part of what I'm dealing with right now. I mean, look. I'm so
You don't want to go home. You want to go. You want to go home and eat. You don't care about them cuts, bruises. She want to go home and eat. I think she might have fell. Let's see if there's any information in the bio. She said, after a few days in the hospital, I'm exhausted, full of holes, and covered in bruises. This was not fun. Let's get to the comments. Let's get to the comments. Someone says, I hope you're treated as you wake up and with you need, and you are breathing really bad. Prayers. So they said, as a person with several chronic illnesses, I can attest to the frustration you're feeling in the pincushions. Somebody said, if this ain't a wake-up call, I don't know what is. Take better care of yourself. Don't end up like Nick. Someone says, hopefully she learns a lesson from this hospital stay and doesn't end up like Life of Jen. It's a Candy, which is Hungry Fat Chick's name. Candy, I've been watching you for years. Glad to see that you're home. Please don't eat like that. It's going to kill you. Yeah.
I'm a freaking human pincushion. It's like my arm has been poked so many times. I feel like Swiss cheese. This is why I don't want to go to the hospital. Just give me my antibiotics and let me heal myself. And staying in here is just, it's miserable. I mean, everybody's so nice and they're taking as good care of me as they can. But I'm so uncomfortable. I just want to be home. Oh, hey, well, I'm home. Oh, freshly showered, lotioned up, and feeling a lot better. I'm still really sore. In and out of that really tall bed was such a challenge. Oh, my hip is just done.
Child, she's something else. Child. This from Nisha says, y'all silly, and I'm new to the show. I watched my 600-pound life, and I realized it made me, yeah. The 600-pound life definitely makes me laugh when it's not like serious. And we're going to be watching that tomorrow. I think we're doing a live stream of 600-pound life tomorrow of their recent episode. So we're going to be watching that, and I'll have the link and everything ready for you guys. So we're going to do a watch party tomorrow. I love me some 600-pound life, honey. I tell you, I love it. It's so good. It's so good. So we're going to be doing that, but that's on the network. That's on our Roku channel. But tomorrow, child, because it's a lot. Let me get some of your comments because I know I missed a lot. This from Carlos says, I'm sorry, but this is a money grab. It really is. Okay, wig. Her hair looks good, doesn't it? She got some good bangs. I ain't gonna lie. This from Rich B says, this makes my bones in my leg ache. It makes my whole body ache. This from Ortiz says, you gotta tell me twice, right? Not Popeyes, not a pincushion. Yes, honey. She didn't cry about everything. This from Sean Johnson says, I made an appointment with Dr. Now instead of doing videos for real. Somebody says, watching her stressing me out. I know her heart is stressing. It's talking about I want to go home. No, you want to go home and eat. That's what you want to do because you're in a scary place and your stress levels are high. So she runs to food. That's why she didn't want to go home because she just hates being poked on. She doesn't mind being poked because she wants to know why she's sick. She hates being poked on because it's stressing her out and she wants to be near food. That's all it is. This from Dame Girl says, put their phone in their casket. The important thing is to go live. It's crazy. Yeah. Sean Johnson says, how can they go through things like this and not be scared for their life? I don't know. She ate Popeyes. Did she? Did she eat Popeyes when she got home? Hold on. My hair is doing something else, honey. Let me see. So many ads. I got a lot of these fertility ads. Do you guys get these too? Or is that just me? All right. That means I need to have a baby soon. Yeah, they're right. She did. She went home. She got Popeyes. Crazy. Just life out the window. It's like, girl, come on. Yes, honey, Popeyes. Popeyes chicken, honey. I got premium. I had premium, but then I was like, why do I keep paying for premium? I don't even watch enough YouTube to have premium. This from Nisha says, they starve you in the hospital. Starve. This is from Escobar says, in my opinion, she isn't scared of her life because she doesn't care about her life. She is unhappy. She's very unhappy. Yeah. It's definitely time for me to have a baby. It is. It's time. The time has come. But you guys, that's all that I have for you today. We'll be back tomorrow with more news. Or maybe if I see another group, a collective group of YouTubers who get on my nerves, we will be watching them. But we'll be back tomorrow, you guys, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern here. Hold on one second. Why is this freezing? Let me get back in here. Hold on one second. Okay, we're back. Okay, you guys, we'll be back tomorrow here at the Nosy Bystanders Live, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm your host, Chief Nosy Bystander. I'll see you guys tomorrow, okay? And maybe if there's some pressing news, we'll be back early at noon. But I'll talk to you guys later, okay? Bye-bye.